What's going on, BMW fans? Today we have the beautiful Portimao Blue BMW M3 Competition. If this is your first time on Beam Review, what we do here is showcase the latest BMWs that just hit the market. If that's something that you're into, please go and subscribe to the channel right now because we'll be putting out content every single week. So right off the bat, I will go ahead and say that the Portimao Blue M3 is going to be probably my favorite color for this vehicle. Every time that I walk past it in person, it's probably just turning my head every single time. But let me know what you guys think. I know that the Tanzanite Blue is also great as well, but the Portimao Blue just has that racy vibe to it, and that's something that I'm into. So let's go and just start off walking around the vehicle. We're checking out the hood here. Hood lines, they look great. The headlights, the laser lights, they look great as well. Also, the grille doesn't look too bad with this color. One of my favorite features on the side of the vehicle is going to be that side skirt. It is blacked out and it goes along the side, and I thought that looks really great, especially paired with these rims. The rims that we're looking at, they are the 19-inch rims in the front and 20-inch rims in the back. And right here we're checking out the rear. The rear does look great. I actually really dig the Portimao Blue with those red taillights there. I think they look really great, especially if you check out those red calipers in the back, and then there's also red calipers in the front too, of course. Quick note with those calipers, you can customize that design. You can customize the color of those calipers as well. I believe the selection that BMW has on their website is either red calipers like this vehicle has. They also have blue ones and they have black ones. Over here we're checking out the front. Again, it does have the laser lights. If you guys didn't know, it does project the light all the way half a mile down the road, making the road a lot more brighter, a lot more safer. And I'm pretty sure that this vehicle, it also comes with the automatic high beams. A lot of the BMWs in the 2021 model year, they do come with the automatic high beams. Right here we're just going straight down. We're checking out the bumper and we're checking out the lines down here. Again, the rims are 19s in the front, and I believe the full dimensions is 19 by 9.5 for the front. For the rear, just in case you were wondering, they are 20s by 10 by 5, and these are the black rims. Jumping to the rear of the vehicle, this is one of my favorite angles. One thing that, if you guys didn't know, the M3 does have rear fenders that are wider compared to the M4, and I personally like the M3 just a lot more in terms of the rear fender design. I think it makes the rear end of the vehicle look a lot more aggressive compared to the M4. The vehicle does also have a spoiler on top. It has a nice cutout there right in between for aerodynamics. Right here we're checking out the M3 logo. Again, it's blacked out because it's the competition model. Quick note that the competition models, if you do decide to get those, you have to get the automatic transmission. You can't get a competition model that would have a manual transmission. Just a quick note there whenever you guys are ordering. Right here we're checking out the exhaust. Exhaust size, I'd say it's about the size of my fist, maybe just a tad bit smaller. But the exhaust you heard in the beginning of the clip, it does sound fantastic. There's also an active exhaust button that we'll see in the center console later on, but you do have the option to toggle that noise too. Another quick look at the rear quarter. Again, those fender flares, amazing. The vehicle does come with a carbon fiber roof, which we're looking at right here. And on the build website, you can option out the carbon fiber roof for a sunroof. And personally, I prefer the sunroof a lot more. Right here, we're going straight down to the bottom of the vehicle from the door side. But not before we get another look at the side grille right here with the M3 badge. Perfectly placed right in between the tires. I did see that they were Michelin Pilot Sports. A lot of the M3s, M4s, they are coming out with the Pirellis too. I feel it's a pretty good 50-50 mix depending on which wheel you decide to get. Over here, the vehicle does have Harman Kardon sound system. I would recommend that too if you're going to be spending this much for a car. Totally worth getting the Harman Kardon sound system. Checking out the buttons here. If you guys ever want to know what each and every button does in this vehicle, please let me know, and I'll make a video for just for that too. Trunk release is actually right below the speaker there. Checking out the pedals. There's also a cubby right there, right below the headlights. Let me know what you guys think about the steering wheel. It does feel great in the hands. I've probably felt a few M3s and M4s by this point. I want to say almost like 8 now. And the steering wheel feel is probably one of the best feeling steering wheels BMW makes. Here we're checking out the seats. If you guys are wondering what the seats are, they are the black extended merino leather. And they feel great. Extremely great. One quick note, we did have one M4 that had carbon bucket seats, and just in case you guys are new to my video, I say the same thing every single time, but the carbon bucket seats, they look great, they feel great at first, they keep you really snug within the vehicle, but after about 20 to 25 minutes I did feel that things begin to get a lot more uncomfortable. So just a quick note, if you guys do decide to get the carbon bucket seats, they are quite track seats. Quite the track seats, excuse me. Right here we're checking out the paddle shifters. They are red in the back and they feel pretty good. Initially I didn't really like the design, or I didn't really like the feel of the design, but the more that I use it, the more that I love it. Live Cockpit Pro, what that means, if you guys are looking at the sticker, Live Cockpit Pro just means that the vehicle has the digital gauges. Headlight controls, you see that all right there. You can also see, you can also see the carbon fiber steering wheel that we just saw in there as well. In person, it looks really great. And right here, we're checking out a quick zoom of the steering wheel. Again, check out all the carbon fiber. The steering wheel feels amazing for the 5th time in this video. The buttons feel great too. They have a really good push to them, and the distance after you push it is actually very, very low, making everything a lot more crisp. Checking out the gauges there. Again, if you do hit the BC button that's on the indicator light or stick, you can change the gauges that you see on the right side. And there's quite a few different screens that you could cycle through. This one that we're looking at right now just kind of shows what settings the vehicle is in terms of suspension, steering feel, brake pedal feel. This vehicle does come with ventilated seats. You can tell by the little fan that's on the heated seat button that's on the left. And right here we're checking out one of my favorite pieces of the whole car, the center console. I love the M badge, the M embossment logo that you see on the gear shifter there, along with the stitching that goes along the sides. Have all these buttons. The vehicle does come with Parking Assistance Plus in the 3D view. You can tell by the 3rd button that's on the top left. Engine start stop button is also red. That's really nice for the M cars. And the button that I just kept on hitting there, that's the active exhaust button. M3 logo is also on the bottom right of the console. I think that looks great. This vehicle does come with the carbon fiber trim, and it does come with a lot of additional trims that you guys could select on the build website too, but the carbon fiber is probably the most popular. Right here we're checking out the settings, or the setup menu for the M cars. You can see engine has 3 different settings. The chassis also have 3 different settings. Steering and brake have 2. And right here we're checking out a quick little demonstration of the heated and cool seats. Since both of the settings are on the same button, what you do is you just hit it one time and then you use a screen to select what you want on and off. checking out the seats here. Inside the center console here, there is a USB-C port. And if you guys haven't used this USB-Cs in the vehicles yet, they do work really well. I have one in my car too, and it does charge my phone 3 times faster, and I absolutely love it. Right here, we're checking out the center display. Excuse me, we're checking out the digital gauges. You can see that the digital gauges for this one is set up to the sport menu or sports setting. Flying straight into the engine of this vehicle, we are looking at a 3.0 liter twin turbo inline 6 gas powered engine. For the horsepower, we're looking at 503 horsepower at 6250 RPM. For torque, we're looking at 479 foot-pounds of torque at 2750 RPM. This is a 8-speed automatic transmission, the ZF. Again, the first M3s and M4s that are coming out, including this one, they're all going to be rear-wheel drive. But you can order the X-Drive versions. Also, fuel tank capacity for this vehicle, we're looking at 15.6 gallons. Cruising range for the city, 250 miles. Cruising range for the highway, roughly 359. MPG for the city, we have 16 miles per gallon. MPG for the highway, we're looking at 23 miles per gallon. Combined MPG, we're looking at 19 MPG. Also, the curb weight for this vehicle, pretty good. It's 3,880 pounds. Trunk volume, in case you're interested, 12 cubic feet. And yeah, that's going to wrap it up for the specifications. If there was anything that I missed or anything that you guys wanted, please let me know in the comment box below, and I'll be sure to get that for you. So lastly, I'd like to finish off with driving dynamics or driving impressions for this vehicle. And to say the least, is probably BMW's best driving car in my opinion. I've driven almost every car that BMW makes, and the balance that this car has and the tightness in the steering wheel that it possesses, probably one of the best driving cars that I've ever driven. M3 and M4, they both drive great. Personally, I prefer the M3. Just kind of like the design a little bit more. But yeah, driving wise, the vehicle's a beast. If you guys are seeing some of the other M3, M4 videos, they're just blowing the competition out of the water. All the Audis, all the Mercedes, they're getting blown out the water. One of the weaknesses that this one specifically has is that it's rear-wheel drive, but that's okay because the X-Drive ones are going to be coming out soon. But even though it's rear-wheel drive, it does put the power down pretty well whenever you're pushing it at the limit. And that's something that's really great. That's going to wrap it up for this video. If there is any other details that you guys wanted, just shoot it down in the comment box below, and I'll be getting it to you. But PORTIMAO BLUE M3, great vehicle, drives great. And hope you guys have a great day. Make sure you guys subscribe. Thanks.